I've always loved both Studio Ghibli and Animal Crossing, so I thought, why not merge them together? Today we're making it a reality by designing 3 Ghibli characters as Animal Crossing villagers. So grab a snack and get cozy and let's meet our first arrival. Catbus from My Neighbour Totoro. Part cat, part bus, Catbus is a magical 12-legged creature with glowing eyes for headlights and window cutouts in his fur. He's always grinning and he carries his passengers to all the hidden corners of the world. So for his design, I started with the cat villager base, an obvious choice of course, but I felt like it didn't quite capture his look, so I angled the ears a little bit and added some cheek tufts and gave him extra arms because he has so many, and of course I added his big fluffy tail, and once I did that I suddenly felt like he felt much more like Catbus while still fitting that cozy Animal Crossing style. Catbus was an obvious first choice for me too, and if you know me, you know I love cats, so be sure to stick around to the end because Miku and Mochi will be back to give their approval on these designs. But back to the actual design. In the original Catbus design, you'll also notice that there are 2 little mice with glowing purple eyes on top of him at the front, so I thought that would be fun to include in this design as well. So I had them peeking out of his ears, and maybe there could be one even at the back on the base of his tail as a extra little detail because he does have 2 on the back as well. I also imagined as well, if Catbus lived on our islands, he'd tell us wild stories about his travels and offer us rides to probably special places, maybe new places that could be added into the game. And I think he would have the lazy personality type, but not because I think he's lazy, but probably because he's always tired from all the late night drop-offs. And once he's up though, he'd probably be zooming around the island. I feel like his catchphrase could even be "all aboard." I know this is more associated with trains, but a bus is a form of transport, so I'm gonna count that too. For his outfit, I noticed he has a little destination sign between the mice in the original design, so I thought I would turn that into a t-shirt, and I had it say May as a cute nod in the film where he goes to help find her, and yeah, I just thought it would be a cute little detail to add. And of course I kept his warm brown colour scheme and added stripes and pink paws and rosy cheeks, which you'll see as a continued theme in all of these designs, just as an extra bit of cuteness. And here we have it, our first Ghibli villager. I feel like he turned out so adorably, but let's see if Miku and Mochi agree on that later on in this video. But with that, let's meet our next arrival, who is San from Princess Mononoke. San is such a powerful character. She's so wild and independent and deeply connected to nature, so I really wanted to translate that energy into Animal Crossing, and that is a little bit difficult since Animal Crossing style is so soft and round, but it was a fun challenge to do. Naturally, I went with the wolf villager base because she has a whole family of wolves, and I used that in my inspiration as well, and I didn't want to give these human characters a human base because I just thought it would be more fun to have them as animals. But taking inspiration from her wolf family, I gave her fur the light silvery tone that matches the spirits in the film. And her design of course includes all of her iconic elements like her red face markings, fur cape and her mask. And her mask was a little bit tricky for me, and I did do a few different versions to see what would work best with her mask. So I tried her mask up like a goggle style, or maybe have them as her actual eyes, but in the end I did place it to the side of her head. And I felt like in all of these designs that I did that the base was all the same, so I just went with the base, and maybe the mask could be a extra clothing item so players can switch up her look if they wanted to. But for her personality, I imagined San to be the Uchi big sister type. She's tough and stubborn, but I feel like she would be fiercely protective and caring, so it just felt like the perfect match to me. I felt like her catchphrase could be something like "for the forest." I felt like it was a perfect nod to her devotion to nature. Though you might want to watch out, as she might scold you for chopping down too many trees, and I feel like she would, however, be the first to bring you medicine after being stung by wasps. To her design, I also added small details like her fang necklace and the little earring in her wolf ear, and I also gave her a sharper eye shape as it kind of hints to her determined spirit in the film. And with that, I love how she turned out. I felt like she keeps her wild edge whilst perfectly fitting into the Animal Crossing world. And now it's time for our final Ghibli villager, who is Haku from Spirited Away. Haku has two sides, so he has the human side of a gentle boy who likes to help people, and the graceful river dragon who soars through the skies. Since Animal Crossing doesn't have dragons yet, I used the deer villager base. Since some of them have horns, I felt like it was the best option to go for. But you'll notice in Haku's design, his features are the flowing green mane, his light fur and calm green eyes. So I wanted to add all those to this. And for his outfit, I used his human form outfit from the film as a way to incorporate both the human side and of course his base being the dragon. And to make him more dragon-like rather than deer, to still fit in the Animal Crossing style, I gave him the longer tail and added a mane, and I added the long delicate whiskers as well. In Animal Crossing, I kind of imagine Haku having the smug personality type, just because he is polite but also mysterious, and he's a bit otherworldly, so it just kind of went together the best, I think. And I feel like his catchphrase, I wasn't really sure what it could be, but the only one I could think of was "The river remembers," as it's kind of a nod to his spirit origins from the film, since he once used to be a river, so I guess it kind of made sense to some degree. But of course I had to add the signature pink paws and rosy cheeks that I gave to all of the other designs, just to balance out that serene and magical vibe. I would also imagine Haku to be the kind of villager who quietly gives you advice, but then would disappear before you could thank him. And yeah, I just thought it would be a really cool thing to have. With that, we have our 3 completed Ghibli villagers in the Animal Crossing style. So we have the ever-smiling Catbus, the fierce protector San, and the gentle river spirit Haku. Each one of them I think would bring a touch of Ghibli magic to your cozy island. But before we end this, let's see what Miku and Mochi think of these designs. Well, I think that looks like we got their seal of approval. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments and let me know which Ghibli villager is your favourite. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!